to the Finance Hour. I'm your host, Wayne Randall. It gives me great pleasure to introduce my next guest. He's a remarkable young man. He's an immigrant from Haiti. He came to the United States in 1999. Now he resides in Florida, and it wasn't long before he found his niche and became an auto mechanic, which later he soared to the heights of master mechanic, along with becoming a Freemason. But he didn't stop there. He went on to start his own business, and he was determined to pay it forward by using his own style of business, which has impacted the lives of many people here and abroad. Here to tell his story, with no further ado, let me welcome the owner himself of MySpeedyX, Jonas Mervilus. How you doing today, sir?
I'm blessed. Couldn't complain. Listen, I'm extremely happy and blessed that you even picked me out of the thousands of people you meet, So it's my honor to be on the call.
Oh, I want to say this much, Jonas. After meeting you a couple times and hearing what you were talking about, I said, this young man tapped into something. And I was so moved about was you were forgiving. You wanted to give it back. I said, let me see if I can get a chance to talk to this brother, let him see what I do, so we can get this thing out to the community so people can hear what this gentleman is doing. Because many people will have a gift like that or, have the money, and this is what they do. The hand is tight. Blessings come when your hand is open.
It's true.
If I get a chance to talk to him again, and we'll see where we can go from there. So let me kind of get into a few things that I know the public might want to know. Tell us a little bit about your business model and how it differs from the traditional chain of mechanic shops.
Gotcha. Well, the main focus as a certified master mechanic, I've worked in the industry coming from Haiti and going through my life experiences out of high school, where I was accused of a lot of crazy things, and that could have caused me to not be on this call today. But at the end of the day, I tell people all the time, your past doesn't make you, your future makes you. It's not about how you start, it's how you finish, But at the end of the day, what happened to me in high school was the reason why I became a giver, and I surrendered myself to God and said, hey, if I can be the reason why someone not give up, would be a better reward for me than having a big paycheck or having a lot of money in my account. So moving forward, fast forward to 2020, I now own the largest EAP program. So what I did was, as a licensed mechanic, I said, man, all the benefits business owners give today are very good, and employees should appreciate them. And myself that have employees, I look at it like, hey, if I give you the dental and I give you the vision, I give you the 401k and all this type of stuff, but if you can't fix your car, none of these benefits even make any difference at all, So when I was in the business and just helping people on day-to-day basis fix their car, my cousins, my brothers, friends and family, customers I was meeting in different establishments that I've worked prior, I said, oh, wow, imagine if I could take this idea and put it into a system and allow a business owner to have access to it, that they can reward their employees. So when I really found out what I really own and God really opened my eyes, it was more of a situation where I said, wow, do I keep this to myself, like you said, and make all this money and become Amazon, or do I become Amazon and become Amazon by giving back before I even become Amazon? So that was the whole concept behind it, and I picked the teachers because you have military, you have, disabilities, you got all kind of stuff that people try to do for communities and towns and the country all across, but nobody has ever really came out and came up with a solution or a system that helps teachers. So when you look at Uber and you look at Amazon and you look at Navy Federal, that's what really sums up what MySpeedyX is. We are the Uber concept because we oversee 62,000 mechanic shops, and we don't own a single one because we set the standards of what prices should be. And when you look at the Amazon concept, we don't do just mechanic shop. We do divorces, we do home repair, insurance claims, we do health benefits, the 401, we do everything. And when you look at the Navy Federal concept, we are not only available for the military, but we are only available for employees, schools, and churches. So you cannot sign up for my membership per year unless you're getting it from a teacher or you're getting it from a church or your boss bought it to give it to you as a retention or as a thank you for making them money.
I'm glad you put that in there. And you added that distinction where it's departmentalized in a way where you have a lot to do with where the proceeds go from there.
Correct. Corporate citizenship.
Yeah, and who gets the help, because we know of all people, the very people who are helping these young people to go into the future are the ones on the lowest point, the teachers. Teachers, I mean, it's terrible. That's another show. But what you're doing for the teachers and how you're giving back, okay, sure, you get their business, and then your business gives back to the schools too, which later we will get into how your business actually impacts the lives of other people in the community. We're going to get into that too. But thank you for telling me that. In a moment, I'm going to probably bring some slides in to let you kind of elaborate on a little bit how your business has actually touched these people's lives. So business people and myself and the viewing public will see it and they'll go, oh, I see what this guy's doing. So we're going to tie this narrative together in such a way they're going to see it. So this principle you had about paying it forward, just let me elaborate on it just a little bit.
I believe that the pay it forward comes from a very, very key structure, right? If you get something and you hold it to yourself, it will stay within yourself, right? And I look at it as like if Amazon would have just took $20 out of their membership and gave it to a teacher in the community every time somebody else supported them, by just paying it forward, by just giving a $20 tax break for them, would change a community dramatically. And one of the things I see when it comes to paying it forward is an internal thing. It's something that comes from your heart. It comes from something that you see in your day-to-day journeys through life. So I don't hold any multimillionaire or any billionaire that's already out that we might not see doing things for Baltimore, Chicago, Florida, because these people have never traveled through these places. Where we don't know a Wayne, we don't know a Jonas, we don't know this person that's doing this. So it's like now I feel the community has to support certain businesses and say, hey, we're going to support you, and in reward of us supporting you, we would like you to pay it forward to something that really needs it, the homeless situation, the kids that are homeless in Baltimore City, the kids that are graduating school not knowing how to read at a middle school level. So it's when you say pay it forward, I think it's a very broad thing to where it's like, in order for me to be who I was, I had to come from Haiti. You know, I had to live in a trailer when I was younger. I had to go through in the process of seeing my mom buy a house. I saw family members pass away and not have anything left to their name. So when I have it now, the only thing I can do is go back to all those thoughts that were in my head of the people that didn't have, for me to give them a helping hand to move forward. And I feel the way when it comes to paying forward, it's really me having the income to be able to give somebody an extra help. And you can also pay it forward by helping hand, by holding somebody's hand and showing them the A through Z of how you got to where you're at. And it doesn't have to be $1 million. It could be just a job. It could be passing the certification. It could be passing the life insurance exam. So I look at paying it forward as far as if you know something that can help someone else, don't look at it as competition. Look at it as helping someone get somewhere, and that person can always look back and say, wow, I did that with that person.
Yeah, and they lifted you up.
Definitely. Oh, yeah, most definitely.
You know, you spoke of something very early on, just before you got into that, and you said it's from the heart.
Yep, definitely.
The heart has a lot to do with many things, because I believe success and money and things of this nature all really show themselves. Because if you were a giver and you didn't have much, now you start to amass much. Now you become a philanthropist.
Yeah.
But if you were somebody that was tight all along, you're going to be really cheap, and you're not going to help anybody.
So true. I agree.
It was always in your heart It's going to be just going to flow from you, you know. And that's what that's what I see with you. So at this moment, we're going to bring in a few slides here, let you elaborate on them a little bit.
Sure, no problem.
Pull them up and go in here. And you tell us what was going on and how your organization was impacting the situation. It looks obviously we can all see some children in the classroom. The young lady looks elated about something. I don't know, did she see you or what happened?
I mean, that picture just speaks exactly what my company represents, and that's about unity. I don't see color when it comes to children. I see smiles and I see happiness, and I see myself, you know, and I think where now we're in a situation in America where we're so far behind and educating our youth to understand the value of our elders and the values of basic standards in America, that we as adults are so stuck in paying bills and being so, you know, anxiety kicks in to where it's like now my pay it forward is creating this picture here all across the United States. I would love my logos to be in every school in America than to have high rises, you know. So it's for each their own. So, and I mean, this picture just really speaks volume that, hey, when something is good, kids are always going to laugh. So what's wrong with them?
It tells you something about their heart.
That is true.
Let's go to this next slide. See, there you go, your logo. I like this. I like this so much. How did your logo, how did this become to be? I like this.
It's crazy, right? And the reason why I put that picture was the bird is the roadrunner, right? Right. And I'm a big Eagles fan, and I believe, and I was like, you know what? If I can find a bird that represents me, it was always a little meat bird from back in the days with Comcast, the Roadrunner. And I said, oh, wow, because we like to do things fast, right? We like to give people what they need when they need it. So it's like the mind is leadership. When we added the mind to the SpeedyX, they add leadership, because now if MySpeedyX did something for a school, or MySpeedyX did something for a child or an adult, and somebody asks you, hey, how did that happen? Oh, MySpeedyX did it. Your SpeedyX, what is that? So the return of leadership always comes with, if you say my, you own it. And that's why our motto and our business motto is community obsession. We're obsessed with building communities. We're obsessed with customers. We're obsessed with people that want to keep their money inside the community. And when you look at the X, we're just putting the X factor in things. You know, we're cutting things in half and saying, hey, you should not charge somebody $500 when it costs $250. So that's where the X comes in, because if there's an X in it, that means it's not the right thing to do.
The X factor. But I just wanted you to elaborate on it, because thank you for doing that. We needed to hear that.
I appreciate it. Yeah, the X factor is an important thing, you know.
That's what this is all about. This platform is to have you here talk about it. And I'm just kind of going through it with you, but I'm enjoying it too, because it does put a good spin on it for people to see that there's much happening in that.
Yeah.
Let's go to this next one. Now, this iconic figure, Bill Clinton. How did this come about?
So I've actually been a Rotarian down in Immokalee, Florida for the past 18 years. So since I've been in middle school, and I had the pleasure of meeting Tom Monahan, that owns Pizza Tiger when he first started, that's formerly known as Domino's Pizza now. So he built a whole community right next to my hometown. And, you know, I mean, you know, I lost a little weight now, you know, as you age, you get a little, you know, you get better like one. But I mean, at the end of the day, it was just a great experience that I was a part. And after I graduated high school, I came to Maryland, I moved back, and I owned businesses in different states. And in my transition of being a part of the Chamber of Commerce, when Hillary Clinton was running, I was able to bring her husband to the hometown as a celebration for everybody else. So it was actually kind of pretty cool that, you know, I got to take a selfie with the man himself, and, you know, just to be in that charge and being able to bring someone like him to a small town, I mean, it makes a major difference.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I lived in New York for a good 20-some years, and he has an office on Harlem.
Oh, wow.
he's one of the coolest presidents we've had.
Yeah.
Outside of, Barack Obama, I remember when I saw him playing, he was playing the saxophone. I think it was around inauguration time when they were ushering him in. And I always thought that he had such a presence of trying to, communicating with the people, But to see you two together, I was thinking, wow, I got to let you tell me how that came about.
Yeah, it was great conversations. And I mean, and like I said before, he paid it forward, He didn't have to give me money. It was just, hey, I said, here's what I'm trying to achieve.
Yeah.
And someone like yourself that became president, what's the milestones that's ahead? And he said, listen, just be yourself and always put people first. And I've been on that platform, It took my hard work, but it took one little word that he told me that stayed in my mind. And all I've been doing ever since has been putting people first and being obsessed with helping communities out.
Okay. What year was this then?
This, I believe that was 2012. 12,
okay.
No, not 12. Yeah, 12 or 13. 12,
okay.
13, 14. I don't remember exactly what year, but it was the year when his wife was running.
Okay. I'm glad I asked you that question because I know, he's kind of not in the limelight. I know when the two of them were in the limelight a great deal. That's just why I wanted to kind of let's zone us in on when that was. So somewhere about the time frame you said.
Correct.
Thank you for that, Jonas.
No problem.
Let's see. Looks like you were helping somebody out here. Let's bring this up. Mr. Jones.
Correct. Yeah, this is Mr. Gerard Jones, been a long-time customer of ours. And it was crazy when so you got to understand, we get 5 programs with MySpeedyX. One of the programs is Quote Busters. And what he did was he enrolled through our program at $129 a year, like an Amazon Prime membership.
Okay.
And his first time taking a picture of a bill that he would have paid normally was $1,600, and he was able to save $855 at one time. And that's the way I pay it forward, because what's $855 back in Gerard's pockets for a newly father? And then you're looking at the second time he had another car repair problem was $2,250, and he ended up paying $900, saving about $1,300 at the same location. So and that's been my biggest thing. It's like, we are not a company that's here to change people's lives. We're a company that's here to set new standards, because any other place, any other person that did not have the financial situation to be able to pay the $1,635, either your car would have been parked at home, or you would have got fired, or you would have had to, bother a family or friend member to borrow the money, or you would have had to take a loan from that same mechanic shop, repair shop. So, and it's like now, I get goosebumps when I talk about this, because it's like this is such a passion for me, because as a mechanic, I had to retire from what was paying my bills to where now I'm putting myself in the front lines to say, hey, you are not going to take advantage of people that don't know about an industry, And I'm just happy that this guy, just paying us $129 a year, and 2 times of having an issue, he has been able to save over $2,000 with just 2 repairs that he would have had to pay out of pocket.
See, and when you think of it, you're absolutely right about that. And look how this is held. You have an albatross hanging over your head. It's going, if he didn't get this first service done for his exhaust system, his Maryland State inspection and his tags would have been suspended. So there's
Exactly.
situations where they kind of manifest and they trickle down into other factors of your life. Now he wouldn't be able to get to work, help his family, get back and forth, you know, go to food. It's a terrible thing. Yeah.
And I'll give you even one better one. Even on that topic, we had like you did the interview with Ricky Vaughn.
Yeah.
Even Ricky Vaughn's wife's engine went out on a Mercedes that she had real quick, and she took a picture of the bill, and we were able to get it down from $20,000 to $6,900. So you're looking at a difference of an employee and an employer. So Ricky Vaughn would have paid that $20,000 with no problem because of where his life is at. But now we were able to say, "Whoa, don't do that." I mean what is $13,000 to anybody that has money? And what is $855 to somebody that don't have money?
That's correct. Yeah, I understand because it's the magnitude of the bill. But if a person can pay it, they don't feel it. It's not going to affect their way of living.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Thank you for elaborating on that because I was reading it and I said, I know you're going to fill us in.
Most definitely.
Oh, here we go. Project Upton. What was going on here?
So I don't know if you remember when Donald Trump said Baltimore was filled with rats.
Oh yeah.
So one of my buddies, VJ, he owns a staffing company that's partnered up with us. He called me up. He said, "Hey, we want to do something about it." So I was a corporate sponsor where we now partnered up with Barksdale, Torres Barksdale, that's actually still in the community now, running for District 6.
Okay.
And he's running for City Council District 6. And what we've been doing is I've been out on the street myself with him, cleaning the streets, cleaning neighborhoods, picking up trash and doing all kinds. So the beautification project has been us and other business owners gathering up trucks and going around neighborhoods in Baltimore and picking up trash that other, residents can't pick up themselves, or people from out of town or people from a different block is just dropping trash all over the place, causing the image of Baltimore to be something that it's not.
Yeah, and that came when 45 made that comment. It was maybe a month before Elijah Cummings passed.
Yes, indeed.
And it had to have been a terrible thing. It was a terrible thing for him to say it. I mean, in a lot of these cases, you have people who they just don't have any pride as to where they live. You can't throw garbage places and think, oh, well, that's job security. I hear people say
that's true.
I hate that. I've been driving and I've seen people I'm at a red light, they just throw garbage right out the window. And for the sake of staying alive, I don't say anything or beat the horn because somebody might, you understand, that could trickle down.
Yeah, I understand.
So
and that's why we add the mind for the MySpeedyX, because it's ownership. When you add leadership in any community, people will take, like, look at that painting on that back wall.
Yeah.
If that person that painted that picture owned that building, do you think he would allow anybody to make that image look anything outside of what he pictured?
That's something. Yeah, I'm
the way I see it.
Yeah, and when I look at it, you see the culture of Baltimore because you see what's going on in that picture. The cyclists riding around, and we can see the kind of mayhem some of that may cause. But it does tell you, it depicts something. It's telling you about the culture of what's going on, But thank you for elaborating on all that. These are the kind of things that we need to know about. These are those kind of things. Let me take this screen, coming out of this mode. Yeah, but Jonas, I'm so glad that you came in and just elaborated on all these different things with us because we needed to really hear from you. And like I said, and I think it's probably maybe the third time I got to meet you, but I saw you at the MLK event at Noise. When, some of the other officials showed up. And I saw you then, and it had always come to me that I wanted to actually talk to you some more because I remember meeting you at the Palladium when Ricky Vaughn was there. And you were talking to me about your story. Not me, everyone was there. And I was listening and I said, man, this young man is really tapped into something. I gotta talk to him, tell him what I do, so I can try to get this out there. But, Yeah, I know you don't have a great deal of time, but I want to say this much. How can people get involved in what you're doing, or if they want to become partners, or they want to get a membership? Let's put it out there so anybody that hears this, they can get a membership, MySpeedyX membership, or how do I get in touch with Jonas if maybe I want to be a partner of my business? I'm doing something that could leverage with what you're doing.
Gotcha, and I appreciate the time, and I'm definitely grateful. The main part of the company is really, I've always said it, Ricky said it, not every dollar is a good dollar.
Yes.
So right now what we've done is put in a situation where the average person can go on the website and can be referred by another person that has been a part of the organization already, to where now they can enroll for a year at $129 per year, and they can use the company code BCPS, Baltimore City Public Schools, and by them doing that, anytime they pay $129 or refer a friend or family to enroll with the company code BCPS, we actually allocate $25 from the membership back to Baltimore City Schools as a way to give back for the teachers. So it's just visiting MySpeedyX.com, going on there, looking at all the benefits, register now using company code BCPS.
I'm glad you explained that, because when I was at the golf course, I got your pitch. It was moving, but we had time constraints. And you had a lot of partners come in, which a lot of them had some very interesting testimonies. But I was trying to see how it was working, because a lot of these people were talented people who had all types of facets, business, medical, artists were there. They even had some singers and some performers. And I was thinking, this young man is really tapped in on something that it's more than an honor to even be here and have you on the Finance Hour. This is what I do. And this is an affiliate with the National Black Unity newspaper. And, sure, we're going to get it out there. And
I appreciate it.
Much to you. Would you come back and visit us on the Finance Hour? We sure like to hear where you're going and the progress that you're going to be making.
Gotcha. I mean, the main goal now is to make $100 million out of Baltimore City, and by doing that, we're looking to say, hey, we got a project, the Chapscott Project, where Cornelius Chapscott passed away about 2 months ago. Yes. And what I'm looking to do is, in the next 5 years, and depending on how long it takes us, is to build a park in Sandtown in Baltimore and have a statue after Cornelius. And by doing that, I want to send an example to every single kid that, hey, you don't have to look up to Ray Lewis, because Ray Lewis is not in your community. He played a sport. But let's look up to the people that are heroes that are here every day, making a difference. And I think by us as adults that have gotten to where I've gotten to, and if we can afford to buy a park or afford to do something at a difference, let's do it for the people like yourself, Wayne, that's interviewing people like myself, because without you, my voice can't be heard. So one of the things that I share in every email is, the final picture everyone called success was written by all the individuals who saw the vision the Creator wanted to share with the world. And to break that down, without you being able to have me on this call, the world cannot hear what I'm saying, because I am not everywhere, and I'm just one man. I can't save the world, but if someone can see what I'm doing and they can step up and add the my to the MySpeedyX, and then let us be the X factor. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about each one teach one, and it's one hand move another hand forward, and that's it.
That's it. I like that, and that's where we're going to end it up on that note. I love your grit. I love your vision.
Appreciate it.
And I just love it. I mean, you are such a positive young man, and when I say that, I mean it's really from the heart. Thank you for coming on the Finance Hour and talking to me, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks for watching our podcast. If you would like to participate in our future podcasts as a guest, or if you would like to promote your business or service, contact Wayne Randall at 443-726-6693. Also visit our website at www.yourfinanceinfo.com. This is a TNBUN production.